Hey, William here, and in this video, I want to talk to you about common mistakes that people make when starting an online business or when trying to grow an online business. And this is important because I want you to make the most of Traffic Mavericks. So it's important that you understand this, especially if you're a beginner in the sense of still not having like a reliable online business and an online income. All right, so first thing that many people do, and that's wrong, just generating traffic and expecting to make money. It doesn't really work like that. So if you're going to play this game, you need to understand the rules of this game and how this game is played. So for you to get results and for you to make money online, you need traffic. And it means generating your traffic in an efficient way so that you get quality visitors, you're not paying too much for your traffic, and you have some potential for scaling. But it also means using your traffic in the most effective way possible. So it means that you need to have the right offer in place. You need to know how to monetize your audience. You need to have like a strategy. Your business strategy is very, very important. So you need to get that right so that you can make the most of your traffic. And I think that many people don't understand this. So they just pick a random offer, put an ad, drive traffic, don't make money, and get frustrated. So this is the first mistake you should avoid. Think about your strategy as well. And then once you have your strategy defined, you're going to be able to easily find a perfect traffic strategy for plugging in and then putting things in motion, basically making your business generate traffic and sales. All right, so think about this. Like I always like to say that we do not simply find profitable campaigns, we build them. And for you to build something, you need to understand what you're doing. You need to know, okay, so this is my strategy. I'm going to get people to opt in here, and then I'm going to have this backend promotion, and I want to send them to this offer and into that offer, and here's how I deliver value to them. And they're going to be joining my or subscribing for my list with this problem, with this desire, looking for this type of solution. So once you understand that, you can then structure the conversion side of your business properly. All right, also, and I have some notes here. This is the reason why I'm looking down, because I have some notes here. I don't want to forget anything important. A big mistake people make is thinking that even when they have a structure that they will just start running any ad campaign, they will see profits right out of the gate. This is important because it normally doesn't happen. I'm not going to say never. Like eventually it can happen, but it's definitely not a standard. It's not the regular thing. It's not what usually happens. What usually happens is that we build campaigns, we collect some data, and with that data, we apply optimizations to our campaigns to make them better, more efficient, and eventually to turn a profit with them and the best return on investment possible. And it's important to understand this because frustration, it comes from expectations. When you have wrong expectations and they are not fulfilled, then you feel frustrated. But if you have the right expectations and you know what's going to happen when you start running your campaigns, and then that thing happens, you have no reason to be frustrated, right? So this is important that you address your expectations to make them realistic. No campaign, or perhaps this is too much, but almost no campaign turns a profit without some proper optimization first. And it's not a random process, just running random campaigns to see if one has potential. No, it's a very well defined strategy, and that's actually the main purpose of this Traffic Mavericks program, to provide with that strategy. So it's a strategy that can actually show you what are the steps you have to take to potentially find winning campaigns. Because if you're doing it right, it doesn't mean that every campaign will be a winner, but it means that every campaign out of 3, out of 4, out of 5, it depends on the traffic source, will be a winner that you're going to be able to profit with and then scale. So if you understand this, then you know that it's really important that you're following the right strategy, collecting data, using your data to optimize your campaigns, and then eventually to find your winners. If you're not doing this, you're going to be just like throwing money away with traffic and you'll never achieve results. So first mistake that people make is not really understanding that we have to build profitable campaigns and that it also depends on traffic, but also on the conversion aspect. Second mistake is the no optimization mistake. And the third one is lack of persistence. But persistence is something you really have to get right, because there is a line, and sometimes it's a tiny line, between intelligent persistence and dumb persistence. Because if you're doing something that doesn't work, that is wrong, like if you pick the wrong traffic strategy for your type of business, then the persistence you put there, it's going to be dumb persistence, because you're trying to make something work that naturally doesn't work. However, when you get the right thing, it doesn't mean you're going to achieve the results immediately. As I said, you need some optimization. You need to analyze your data and draw the right conclusions for your business. So when you're doing that, then you need intelligent persistence, so that you're not going to run an ad and throw in the towel, give up, and move on to the next thing. Because if you do it, you keep doing this like eternally. You'll never find something that sticks, because you're not giving anything enough time and effort to give it a possibility of working. All right. So these are the three main mistakes: not building their campaigns and understanding that a campaign is composed by several components, not properly optimizing their campaigns, and the last mistake is lack of persistence. These are the mistakes beginners usually make that lead them to failure, and I really don't want you to make those mistakes. So this is the reason why I thought this video was an important one and that I should make it available to you. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you again in the next lesson.